This is breaking news.
Happening right now, Mayor Adams, along with other city officials, giving an update on the preparations ahead of the winter storm that's approaching the tri-state area. Let's listen in.
Agencies coordinate to really deal with not only emergencies, but just day-to-day practices here in the city. And that coordination is going to be front and center as we deal with the weather that we are seeing in the next few days. There's a clear cold weather pattern that's hitting the city starting tomorrow night and continuing through Wednesday. Snow is part of that, and that will begin late Sunday morning through midnight. And we're expecting up to 2 to 5 inches of snow. But as you know, Mother Nature will do what she does all the time, and it is unexpected, but we will be prepared no matter what. No one handles these snow weather conditions better than the DSNY, and we're going to make sure it's done at this time. This is a chance. There's a chance of heavy snow with up to 7 to 8 inches, and so we're going to be prepared with all of the equipment that is needed to be ready to make sure our roads continue to move forward. Temperatures will drop into the 20s Sunday night and will continue dropping through Wednesday. The worst of the cold will be from Monday night through Wednesday night, as temperatures will not get above the teens. Wind chills will drop temperatures even further down between 0 and 5 degrees. The snow and cold can result in widespread travel, emergencies, and just disruptions. So we're asking people to use public transportation as they move around the city. And we're also urging New Yorkers to limit their travel so the snow plows and the equipment can do what is needed to keep our streets clean. Preparations are already underway. As you can see, our salt spreaders and the other heavy equipment that is used during snow conditions. And our plows are ready to clean up every street in every neighborhood as needed. Our team at sanitation also has the equipment and the personnel to clear car lanes and bike lanes at the same time. We have extra staff on duty to help with the anticipated snowfall and cold conditions. And really want to thank all of our agencies that are involved. All of our commissioners are coordinating to make sure that we can get the streets ready and operable as we move deeper into the week. With the snow and cold, it can make extreme icy conditions on our streets, so we should be prepared. We're pleased that the schools are closed on Monday for the acknowledgement of Dr. King's birthday, and this is going to allow us to really move at a faster tick with not having the school buses on the road. So remember, cold temperatures, high winds tomorrow could be dangerous, and we're doing everything possible to protect New Yorkers. We're asking New Yorkers to call 311 if they need assistance for heating or pipe freezing. We have a code blue. It has been issued for unsheltered New Yorkers. So if you see someone in need, please call 311 and sign up for Notify NYC for the latest weather updates and alerts. And so remember, check on neighbors, make sure that they know about any heating conditions, that they can call 311 to report the lack of heat in their buildings. But we have to be here for each other and make sure our pets and other parts of New York are safe as we navigate through this cold weather condition we expect.
Thank you, sir. At this time, we'll ask Commissioner Zach Iscol to come up and give us a readout on current conditions.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Thank you, Deputy Mayor. And it's great to be here with all of you, and also Commissioner Lohan and our team here. Before I begin, I just want to reiterate some of the mayor's remarks and express my sincere gratitude to all the city workers who are already hard at work preparing for this weekend storm. We have the sanitation crews that are out there getting ready, our emergency managers who have been coordinating the response on this holiday weekend, our first responders who will be out on the front lines. Every single one of them is essential to keeping our city and New Yorkers safe. And we deeply appreciate your dedication and the sacrifices you make especially during challenging weather conditions and other emergencies. NYCM's winter weather alert has been issued for Sunday, January 19th through Monday, January 20th. As Mayor Adams mentioned, we are expecting 2 to 5 inches of snow accumulation with the potential for higher amounts if the forecast changes. As temperatures drop below freezing, we are concerned about hazardous travel conditions due to icy roads and sidewalks. New York City Emergency Management, we are actively coordinating with the National Weather Service, with our city agencies and utility companies to ensure a comprehensive response to this winter storm. We have enhanced staffing at our watch command and our response unit to maintain 24/7 situational awareness around the city and to be able to respond immediately to any situations that may arise. Beyond the snow, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention that we are also looking at a prolonged period of extreme cold weather through at least Thursday. Wind chills potentially dropping to the single digits or lower. We are working with DEP and our utility partners to monitor the city's infrastructure, and HPD and 311 to monitor heat and hot water complaints. These temperatures next week are a very serious concern, especially for vulnerable populations. We will be issuing cold weather alerts and working closely with our Department of Social Services to ensure that homeless New Yorkers have access to shelter and to warmth. While they can actively conduct their outreach, as the mayor said, please don't hesitate to call 311 if you see someone vulnerable who may need housing. And of course, in emergencies, you can always call and should call 911. We urge all New Yorkers to take this storm seriously, prepare for hazardous conditions. Just as the city prepares, here are some things that you can do. If you must travel, use mass transit if possible and allow for extra time. Exercise caution on roads and sidewalks as they may be slippery. As my kids who are here just reminded me, the salt on the sidewalks can be a concern for pets, so make sure you're putting those booties on your dogs when you're walking them and cleaning their feet when they come inside. Also, please check in on your neighbors, especially older adults and those with disabilities. Please also monitor the forecast, take steps to stay warm. If you don't have heat or hot water, call your building manager. If it is not resolved, call 311. In emergencies, call 911. And always, please subscribe to Notify NYC for the latest updates and alerts. It's available in 14 languages, including American Sign Language. So as you can see, the city is prepared. We urge all New Yorkers to also do their part. Stay informed, make a plan, take necessary precautions to protect yourselves and your loved ones. Thank you so much. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Commissioner. And before we take questions, we will have Acting DSNY Commissioner Lohan brief us on operational updates.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor. Thank you, Commissioner Iskol, and thank you, Mayor Adams, for joining us today for historic investments you have made in this department. Thanks to your leadership, we have more personnel, equipment, and technology for snow fighting than at any other point in my 26-year career with New York's Strongest. That's the number one thing I want New Yorkers to know. If you made a bet that it doesn't snow in New York anymore, you're about to lose big time. And if you're going to double or nothing that the city of New York has forgotten how to fight a plowable storm, let's just say you shouldn't quit your day job. At this time tomorrow, snow will be falling across the city, reaching plowable depth of 2 inches by around 4 p.m. By that time, thousands of sanitation workers will have been working on 12-hour shifts to affix plows to our collection trucks, to spread salt on every roadway and bike lane in the city, and to make sure that you and your families can enjoy the holiday weekend. As a reminder, alternate site parking and trash collection are both already suspended Monday due to the MLK Jr. Day holiday. Residents can expect normal collection to resume Monday evening as previously announced. Heading into the snow event, we now have specialized vehicles and the internal management technology necessary to ensure that no street is forgotten and that no neighborhood is left behind. The days of primary, secondary, and tertiary streets are long over thanks to this commitment to snow equity. We have also activated a plan that includes vehicles from New York City Parks, New York City Department of Environmental Protection, and the New York City Department of Transportation. I want to thank Commissioners Donahue, Arugawala, and Rodriguez for their partnership in this effort. When we reach 2 inches of snow, we will activate the Plow NYC platform, and you can follow the plowing progress at nyc.gov/plownyc. We'll be out there doing our jobs, and there are two things New Yorkers can do to help us. First, please stay off the roads unless absolutely necessary. If you must drive, do it slowly, carefully, and with an awareness that a crash doesn't just put you at risk, it slows down snow removal and makes the entire area around you less safe. Second, remember that while the strongest clear the streets and bike lanes, sidewalks are the responsibility of the property owner. We are not afraid to write summonses, and if that's what it takes to get pedestrian infrastructure safe and passable on Monday after the storm. I'll now say a few words in Spanish. Gracias al alcalde Adams, nos enfrentamos a esta tormenta de nieve con más equipos, personal y tecnología que en ningún otro momento de mis 26 años de carrera. Trabajamos las 24 horas el día en turnos de 12 horas, pero necesitamos que todos los neoyorquinos se mantengan seguros y no salgan a las carreteras. Gracias. Thank you.
Good job. Good job. First snowstorm. Yes. Yeah, you want
Sorry.
cold blue? No,
So code blue, it's when we hit certain temperature thresholds, we do outreach with our Department of Social Service to vulnerable New Yorkers that are out on the street. There's also enhanced code blue for even colder temperatures, where we do more sustained operations.
Yeah, the camera. What's your name? Yeah. Where'd I get those gloves from? Those are heated gloves, right? battery heated gloves. Okay, I got to catch you later to find out. Okay, we're gonna excuse the team so they can get ready to lift the snow. So I could answer Katie's questions about my visit to Florida. You know. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
The team said you were the only one going down from your administration. You did seem to have a meeting with Frank Monroe and another person. I'm curious, why take someone like Frank Monroe to work here more instead of the deputy mayor or someone we can actually talk about, as you said the meeting was about, the city's meetings, and additionally, I know you said your legal case was not discussed, but were you on the record for the camera particularly say you did not ask, reply, or intimate to the incumbent president that you want any help or interference in the federal case, whether it's a future pardon or any kind of charges?
It's a long question. Okay, first, Frank lived in Florida. He joined the meeting. I was glad he joined. It was good to see him. You know, it wasn't a sunny day that day, and so there was nothing inappropriate about it, illegal about him coming in. And listen, I wanted to minimize taxpayers' dollars. You know, who was coming down. You don't tell the president who he wants to sit down and talk to. He wanted a small conversation as he is getting ready to move into the presidency. I enjoyed the conversation. We talked about the issue of the city of New York. I made this clear a few days earlier that I was seeking to sit down and talk to the president about issues concerning this city, infrastructure, the migrant asylum seeker issues, you know, the settlement of the crises in the Middle East. This impacts my Jewish population, my Muslim population. And, you know, I'm the mayor of the biggest city in America. I'm supposed to speak with the president like I spoke with President Biden. I met with President Biden about real issues, public safety issues. I met with President Biden about the migrant and asylum seeker. You know, this is what the mayor of the city of New York is supposed to do. And when I answered the question over and over again about, you know, my case, I have an attorney to handle that. And I'm not going to keep answering the same question over and over again. And if people want to speculate, they got a right to speculate. That's what it is to be in America, speculation. I answered over and over again. Go ahead. Yes. Mm-hmm.
So, the new administration mentioned massive ice rates.
Massive.
Ice rates.
Uh-huh.
Will these ice rates happen in New York City? And will the NYPD be cooperating with ICE on raids to find undocumented migrants?
Again, I answered that over and over again. I'm not going to keep doing the same questions over and over again about the cooperation of city agencies. The law is the law. Get the next question. Yes, how are you?
Said yesterday he was worried that maybe Trump might be trying to use you for some sort of purpose. I was wondering if you could talk a little bit about how do you explain this to that community in particular, the communities that supported you in 2021, about why you're doing this, even though they don't like this.
I'm gonna go one step further because you've always fairly covered stories. Set up a sit down where you and I can sit down and we could have an in-depth conversation about where I am right now, so it won't be in just a soundbite. But I would just say this on a higher level. Donald Trump received the popular vote. Donald Trump received the electoral vote. America has communicated in a very loud and clear voice that we need to do something about our borders. America has communicated about how we need to build our economy and make sure jobs stay here. They have communicated around affordability. And I cannot say it any clearer. I pledge allegiance to the United States of America, not to a party. The party that's in office took $6.9 billion out of our city. I cannot say it any clearer. And so when we talk about what may happen, we need to be honest about what happened. And so we have a new president coming in. And when that president comes in, he has a mayor in this city that is not going to be warring with him. I'm going to be working with him to deliver for the people of this city. I fight for New Yorkers, and I'm going to always do that. But I look forward to sitting down and have a deeper conversation with you on where I am right now and what we need to do to move the city forward. Yeah.
Was going to be, are you planning to attend the inauguration? And I also wanted to ask you, about any concerns that you mentioned to the incoming president about federal funding when it comes to the city. You know, there's some concern that their federal funding could be cut under the incoming administration. Is that a conversation you guys are
Again, this was a high-level conversation of working together for a city that the president has acknowledged he loves, and that he wants to make sure that this city continues to move forward under this administration. We have been able to do so. We were hampered by losing $6.9 billion, and I'm going to keep saying that number over and over again so it can resonate with New Yorkers, that we lost $6.9 billion under this administration that went away from our children, our families, our streets, our security. And so my conversation with him was a high-level conversation of working together. I'm looking forward to meeting his administrations that seem to be moving through the process of how to be appointed. I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to ensuring that this city gets what it deserves. And so that was our general conversation. And I am optimistic about the future of this city under a president that comes from this city and under a president that loves this city. And so we have something in common. He loves New York. I love New York. And that means a lot to me. I'm still trying to decide how I'm moving and how I'm traveling. I wake up in the morning and the teams give me my schedule and I decide how to move. It's Dr. King's birthday. I have BAM and I have other events to do on that day. I know it was moved aside because it's going to be cold. So once I decide, we put out our public schedule every day, and you guys are not going to be surprised.
That kind of sounds like a no. Mayor, are you concerned?
Where's your coat, man?
I want those heated gloves. I was actually talking about those heated gloves, just so you know, Mayor. Are you concerned about what's going to happen in the city Monday and days ahead, protests, and probably maybe you can't leave because of that?
you know, protest is part of New York. We had 3,000 protests in 2024. That's what we do in New York. That's what we do in America. We protest. And the beauty is we have the right to protest. You know, Dr. King, as we acknowledge his birthday, he led some of the most important protests of our time. There's nothing wrong with protests. There's nothing wrong with disagreeing. I mean, that's just, I don't know why people feel disagreeing is the worst thing to do. Democracy is not frictionless. Democracy is about raising your voice on what you support, what you like, and what you dislike. And no matter what you do, there's 8.3 million New Yorkers. There's 35 million opinions. You know, so, you know, people are going to be protesting no matter what you do. There's going to be protesting. And again, I'm looking forward to the next 4 years of having a president that loves this city like I love this city, and we're going to do what's needed to move the city forward for everyday New Yorkers. Okay?
Mayor Adams, you mentioned the law is the law.
This has been breaking news.
Dynamic and challenging weather over the next few days. Today, a gift in the sense that it's warmer, but it's going to be wet. So remember, we're going to be dealing with a few showers today, maybe a little mixing north and west, the exception, not the rule. Cold air meets another round of moisture. So Sunday is far more dynamic. It's the first alert weather day for snow. And then Monday for Martin Luther King Jr. Day and the inauguration. It is just going to be frigid, and it gets worse. What's interesting as far as rain today, even though this says the next 7 days, it's like this is just for today's event. I would say on average about ½ an inch of rain. And then it changes. Sunday, we're going to bring in gradually the chance of more snow for more of the area. There may be some mixing on Sunday, so that could really serve to tap down totals for parts of the Jersey Shore, even Long Island, but other parts of the area, 6 to 10. It's all a function of where the cold air is. We think there's ample moisture for a widespread 3 to 6, but you may be leaning a lot closer to the 3 or 1 to 3 where you see some of that mixing, where it'll be high and then we tap it down due to the changeover. So winter storm watch kicks in tomorrow at noon for winter driving conditions, and then it's all about the cold. This is a slap in the face. Monday morning, wind chill below zero already, but single-digit wind chills dominate. Tuesday morning, it's far worse. I mean, widespread sub-zero wind chills. You're number one, New York. We could see wind chills right around zero in New York City, and depending at Staten Island, here on the west side, I know we'll be there. Maybe a degree or two warmer in Brooklyn. Really serious stuff. That's why we've got those next first alert weather days, Tuesday and Wednesday.